Hey, y'all. Hey, collective. I hope everybody's doing well today. Sorry, so like my hit record, my voice started doing stuff. Y'all already know what it is. Okay, so how is everybody doing? Hope you guys are healing, dealing with people as they should be dealt with. Okay, cutting people off, cutting people out, whatever. However you need to handle things, I hope you guys are handling things, because this is definitely like the season, okay, to be getting rid of mess. I just heard, even if the mess is you. Okay, so clearing out those old patterns and all that kind of stuff. We are coming off of Mercury retrograde. I believe it's usually like a 2 week shadow, but we did have that total eclipse. So that's definitely, Libra is a sign that has definitely been affected by the eclipse and will, continue to be affected for um up to 10 years. Okay, I just heard that. So I do feel like it's a good, in a good way though. And I did do a little research on that. It's a few signs that were definitely going to be affected by the total eclipse. And so Libra was one of them, and I kind of did a reading on that, but I also just looked into it a little further, and it's just like, there's going to be more prosperity for Libras coming out of those dark places. See? Ace of Wands. A lot of new things happening, like Libras are creators, you know what I mean? So, and that's needed right now. People are not so original anymore. So, creativity, individuality is needed right now. And I feel like, Libras are that. Okay. We rarely like get to duplicating things, we like to be original. All right. So let's see what the energy is for you guys today. What's the energy? And you know what? I do feel like that's why there's been a lot of oppression here with Libras. And I'm getting this, like, the oppression is just like to make you self-sabotage, yeah, like blind you to your abilities, your capabilities, your strengths, your creativity and things like that, and also your ability to just know. A lot of Libras are psychic, you know what I mean, just by nature. And we are logical thinkers, like I said, originators, things like, so that could be very threatening to a lot of people. Okay, so it's something about creating your destiny or something like that that really bothers people around you. They can't stand your confidence, your love, your ability to support others. It's like you're all around nice person, you know what I'm saying, or all around good person, or at least you strive to be. And being on this spiritual journey is not easy. You have to maintain positivity at all times. You know what I mean? Like manifesting, you can't manifest without an open heart. Your heart chakra has to be open, and Libras are very loving, and so it seems to a lot of people that you may always come out on top, or you might always win in a situation. Like people, they look at you like, oh, you have it all. And a lot of times you don't, but at the same time, you're not going to break down about not having it all. You know what I mean? You maintain some kind of positivity. Libras can be very optimistic, about their life, and not afraid to take those steps when they're needed, and also not afraid to take a leap of faith as well. Like, faith over fear all day long. So I feel like that is also, intimidating and threat. I'm hearing threatening to other people who may not understand how you can wake up every day and still be happy when you just suffered a loss, or how you can always see the good in everything that happens. Um, there's something about that. Somebody has a friend, a close friend, that's like, they just don't get it, child. They just do not get it. And you know what? Honestly, I'm being told to say this too. there's a lot of signs that I just don't run into, that I don't befriend, and it's not because of their sign. It's just I've noticed that I don't have a lot of certain signs around me. Like, I don't know anybody who's, um, like, I can say I don't know many Taurus, Taurans or something like that. Like, there's something where your friend group might be a lot of Libras or air signs, or just other signs that are creative beings. Um, you may not be around a lot of people who are, direct opposite of you. So there's something about like signs being significant. But yeah, people get threatened by Libras. So there's something going on with that, because I just heard it again. People are threatened by Libras. And I'm also hearing like the higher ups, like those powers that be, who do things to push agendas and things like that. It's something about that. And I'm just getting the image of Cardi B's ratchet ass. Like, there's something about like what we see. Okay, so Libras have a tendency to be more challenging. We'll see something, but we don't have to do it. You know what I mean? We don't want to do everything that we see. There's something about that, and like pushing this agenda through music as well is something else I'm getting. Like, what we see on TV is like now it's like grossing us out. You see the same thing over and over again, because like air signs in general notice patterns really well. Okay, so there's something about like you seeing these patterns with these trends, and I feel like you just not here for it. You just want to focus on yourself and be original. Like, being tired of seeing this agenda being pushed. I was actually talking to a Libra friend of mine about these agendas being pushed with children, especially. Um, but it's something about like the music industry also, where there's a lot of like, distorted energy, which we all know. And I don't know how you get a record deal when you rap like you a third grader moving your finger along the line. I don't get that. I don't get that. It's like you don't even have to be the best to be noticed or something. It's crazy. It is crazy. All right, so let's keep going. That's just what I'm getting so far, with a little bit of me mixed in there. Okay, so let's see what the energy is. Okay, so we got the Knight of Pentacles with the Page of Swords. Okay. So I just heard Can't Stop, Won't Stop. What is it? Something records. We get down, baby. We get down. Okay, so oh my goodness. Just like I was talking about the music industry, that's what I'm getting here. Is like there's something going on with the powers that be being found out. A lot of things being controlled, okay, for a very long time. Waking up to the bullshit, basically. Listening to yourself, learning to listen to these spirit guides now, rather than watching TV and scrolling on Instagram and on Facebook or something like that. I feel like y'all are starting to get away from that to get more in touch with yourselves. There's something like that going on here. Yeah, and you're winning. You're in your winning season. Being, triumphant here. And that's how you're progressing as well, is by not doing the trends, not sitting there watching Real Housewives of a Hot Mess, like that kind of stuff. Some people see that and they mimic it. It becomes the way that they dress, talk, act, everything. So like I was saying, noticing those patterns. Look, and that's funny because this is a 4. It represents a house, a home. I'm telling you, Real Housewives of Nothingness. Like, seriously. I'm not getting all dressed up to go fight nobody at no nice restaurant. Like, no. That's never been cute. Nothing about that is cute. I don't care how many ratings or how much money. Like, it's something called dignity. Okay? Integrity is another thing. So, anyway, with this 2 of Pentacles right here, is this people are changing the way that they live. I feel like you guys definitely are now setting the example to show people like this is a season of change in a way to where it's like almost going backwards. It's like go back to being yourself before all of this happened. You know what I'm saying? Before you start watching certain shows or listening to certain music. I don't even know. Some of the music now I can't even get past the first couple words. I can't understand. You all off beat. How you just get on the beat telling a whole nursery rhyme. Like some people get on there, like I said, sound like a third grader trying to read with their finger. Like it don't even have to make sense anymore, right? And so I feel like with this two of Pentacles, it's like that. Do I want to keep doing this or do I want to, like do this? It's something like people making those choices. Like I'm choosing a road. I'm no longer going to be all over the place. You know what I'm saying? I'm either going this way or I'm going that way. It's something like that. So we got the Seven of Swords here with the Queen of Swords. Like I said, kind of just distancing yourself as well from people. Because Seven of Swords can also be separation. So I feel like with cutting people out, maybe even just distancing yourself from other people, not that they've done anything to you, no harm, no foul, no nothing, right? But it's just a matter of you knowing what's best for yourself now, and you know that you just can't be around those people. Yeah, because they're still blinded. They're still running around in circles in the matrix. Okay. Also, too, there's something about like someone could be envious, like I said, that envy, jealous energy of how you're able to not be sucked in. Dang. Not be sucked in by these trends, by what you see. Okay, yeah, Three of Wands, what you're seeing on the internet, how you're seeing people make their money. Ten of Pentacles. Thank you, Spirit, because I was just, channeling this energy, and this is my confirmation. Thank you, Spirit. So it's like, y'all, I can't believe my voice is tripping. There's something about speaking, the way you're waking other people up. Okay, thank you, Spirit. You're starting to be more open with the way that you feel about certain things that's going on in the world. You're no longer turning a blind eye or just not saying anything or even being worried about, because people don't always get the Libra opinion. They don't always get the Libra logic, I should say. The way that we see things, and other signs can too, whatever. I'm not talking about y'all. Okay, this is the Libra channel. That's what I'm talking about. So Libras have a tendency to see through something. It's like you could watch the same video as somebody else and you'd be like, did you notice? And that other person like, no, and then they have to go back and was like, oh, I get it now, and even then they may not really get it, you know what I'm saying? But Libras seem to notice like those subtle things when we see something. Just like, did you hear what they just said? Like it's something like that going on. But you have a friend or a foe, really someone in your energy that is very jealous of the way that you can see things, the way that you can just know things. Like I said, Libras a lot of times are just naturally psychic or just very, I don't know. I want to say perceptive. You know what I mean? Because it is about perception as well. So call it what you want, okay? But you just happen to see the world in a different way. And this person almost wishes that they could be blessed in the way that you are to see these things. Because we think of it as being us or just a natural thing, but it's not something that everybody can do. And so someone is looking at you with a lot of envy right now. And you might need to cut this person off because it's a lot of envy. They almost wish they could be you. It's something like that. They almost wish that they could be you. So you have to be careful with people who want to be you, okay? There's something too that you've stopped watching. I feel like a lot of y'all are done with social media right now. Taking a break, whatever you want to call it, or you don't just get on there and watch videos all day or something. You're changing who you subscribe to. Some of y'all could like just start reading more books. It's like I'm gonna go back to just reading books, like making those changes in your life to change what you're seeing, not just what your viewpoints are, but literally what you're like feeding your mind every day. Okay, what's the energy? Okay, so the Emperor is here. This is about having authority over your life. Okay, knowing your strengths, your weaknesses, your capabilities, your whys, what the reasons why you do things. That's one good place to start. Anytime you are trying to, think of, oh, I need to change some things about myself or take a deeper look or whatever. The one thing that I tell people is to figure out what your whys are. What are your whys? Why do you do certain things? So there's a door opening for you guys too. I just saw that two of wands on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, something is coming in very quickly. I feel like it's just success, like buckling down and figuring yourself out and not being, y'all are just realizing that the trends ain't trending. You know what I'm saying? This is the devil. This is not anything of the light. Most of it. So I feel like that's what's helping you to be like done with it completely. It's not the route you want to take. So some people may not realize either that what you're feeding your mind is what you're feeding your soul. It's something about that as well that some people are coming into a realization of, like, I sit here and watch this kind of stuff all day long. What am I telling myself? What am I telling the universe that I want to bring into my life? So getting in alignment, basically. Okay, so we got the High Priestess out here. Some of you guys are even tapping into more gifts. You might start realizing that you can do other things rather than just one, gift. You might be realizing, oh, I can tap into this, or before I could only just hear, now I can actually see, things happening or whatever. But I do feel like you're being more loud and proud about your gifts as well, where you're not hiding them. You just realize, well, I just need to go over here and find my spiritual community. You know what I mean? People who understand what I'm talking about, instead of still trying to talk to the same people who don't get it and who will, be jealous and mad and try to attack you for the way that feel or what you've learned. You can't even share what you've learned in a circle full of idiots. People who definitely want to stay in the matrix. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you tell them. And so using your intuition has become easier. It's like things just may come to you a lot more naturally, through dreams as well. A lot of people, we get our downloads in different ways. But I feel like you're getting some kind of like addition to your gifts of what you're, being able to see. Your third eye is just like woke. Okay, I just heard woke. Okay, so your third eye is like very much like the focus of whatever gifts you're receiving right now. So let's look at this. What is this Chariot energy here? This Chariot energy here. Okay, so with the Page of Coins, that's like hunting. Oh, sorry, I can't even see it. Hunting and gathering information. Okay. And so some of y'all may have like even thought about switching some kind of role to like be a teacher or something here. It doesn't have to be like a spiritual teacher, but you could just be like, wanting to spread more inspiration. I actually saw a few videos this morning about people in who are denouncing their fraternities and sororities, and they're talking about it. Even that is a way to like teach other people. You know what I mean? You can just share your story. And maybe that's what you started doing, was just sharing your life, or maybe you're encouraged to do that, or your intuition could be telling you that you need to start sharing your story. I know me being on here helps me to deal with, a lot of things that I've been through. Most of y'all know, if you've been rocking with me, especially if you were on my last channel, then what I a lot some of the things that I've been through. So it helps me to get on here and talk to you guys about my experience, because it's like now I have a testimony, right? I've been through the fire, and so I feel like in helping you guys, I end up like healing that part of myself, and realizing that it is just a piece of myself. It's not me as a whole, that part of my life, instead of saying, oh, my life, saying that happened to me at a point in time when I was dot, dot, dot. You know what I'm saying? Understanding that that's not my whole past. That's just a piece of my past. So there could be like some of you guys who are wanting to get into like public speaking or something like that, or even just having a channel where you're talking about your experiences in hopes that it will help someone. And I would say absolutely, this is a really good reading to confirm that for you. Okay, 2020 on the clock. And this, whatever's been going on for such a long time, it's just like you're I just want to say, like, basically it's like you're saying that, hey, I'm better than this, and better than my old self is kind of what you're saying. I'm better than this. Not to say you're above anybody, okay? Because I knew it might come out wrong. But y'all know me by now. I'm gonna just keep it real. Like, you don't have to feel like you're better than someone, but you do know that you're better than some actions, right? You're better than some things to say. Like, you're not going to sit there and argue with somebody because you're better than that. You're not better than that person. You're just saying, like, I'm better than, I'm learned, I've evolved, I've grown. I don't have to sit here and argue with nobody. Like, I'm better than that. I'm a better person than to sit here in a grocery store and argue about a cart. Like, it's something like that. I just don't want to offend nobody. People get so uptight, like, oh, you think you better than somebody, and I'm sure y'all have heard that. You just think you better. No, I'm just better than this. I'm just better than what I see you doing. If it's because some people don't get that when you're trying to help them, all they feel is that you're trying to change them. You know what I'm saying? So they don't think of it in the same way. Okay, anything else? This is a good reading. Ooh. There's something too about like absolving yourself of your past. Yeah, this is some childhood wounding stuff coming through. Hold on, y'all. I dropped a card. Yeah, there could be some childhood wounding coming back around, or maybe it came back around during the retrograde. I feel like you're dealing with this and you're moving on, or you have dealt with this. You've laid something to rest, because I feel like you're not going to let it keep bothering you. Yeah, look, you laid it to rest. Four of Swords. So I just picked up the Four of Pentacles with the Three of Swords and the Four of Swords. Like, you laid all of this stuff to rest. The stuff that you could have been holding on to, like, I get there could be some childhood wound in here that keeps haunting you. A lot of times when you do have children, you start to think a lot about your childhood. A lot. So someone could have recently had a child or something that's making you think about, how you grew up or how your parents were or something like that. But just know that you had a bunch of spirit guides around you, okay? Like I said, someone's parents could have been doing stuff to them since they were younger, or, and I'm not talking about physically, I'm talking about spiritually. Like, a lot of people are finding out that their parents are, witches, warlocks, masons, etc. Okay? All of them people. And so you are kind of like equating that with the way you grew up. It's like, oh, that's why they used to act like that. That's why we always went here. That's why we always did this or that. You know what I'm saying? So there's something about that too that's like a beautiful awakening as well, because you realize how protected you were even as a child. Look at all these spirit guides. They always had you. They always had you. Okay, y'all. So let's see if I can get some advice from here, and I will let y'all go. Oh, I didn't even take them cards out. Okay. Hold on. There's something that I needed to see. Okay, for some of you guys, the person that you need to cut off is a parent. It's like, you're going to have to almost like ghost a parent because of the childhood wounding that continues on and on and on every time you see this person. There's something about that. And you could have children now of your own, and they could be coming around as a grandparent, but it's still something about them coming around that just hurts you. It's like a haunting almost. Okay. All right. What's the energy here, please? And thank you, Holy Spirit. Yeah, wise counselor. Okay, with the 5 of Wands out here. So, and then we got the star card. I'm telling you, somebody here, and look, somebody here is thinking about like you're telling your story, you're helping other people, or you are just actually like counseling people. Someone may want to be a counselor, but it does say unity with the spiritually minded community. You're finding out who you can talk to about what you like to talk about what you know about. Okay, not talking to someone who's just ignorant, like in the real sense of the word, like just not knowing, someone who doesn't know, don't want to know. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to talk to somebody when you're spiritual, it's hard to talk to somebody who's overly religious because they don't get it. And then they feel like you could be doing some kind of like, witchery or some shit, like, and then you're being looked at as, an outsider, or you're being looked at as somebody who's crazy or whatever. But I feel like now you don't care. You're just gonna go and find your own community of people, even if that means that you don't talk to some people anymore. Sharing your story publicly, okay? Someone here is definitely a reader. A reader and a seer. No shade though against anyone who just pick up cards and learn them, but I would much rather listen to or watch someone who I know is very intuitive, because they're getting different. It's a different kind of reading. Okay. It's like intuitive downloads all throughout the reading. That person's getting messages. They're not just reading a meaning of a card. It's a little bit deeper. It pulls on deeper energy. Okay. Yeah, renewal is here. And then we have the Ace of Cups. And also, too, you guys are realizing the people that have children. Oh, I just saw that. The 8 of Swords. As yeah, there it is. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. You're also like taking your kids away from all this foolishness as well. You know what I'm saying? Realizing how a lot of this stuff that's being pushed is, for children to see, so that they can grow up fucked up, warped and all. Okay, so even releasing, you've released yourself, but you're also like freeing your kids to make sure that they understand like this shit is not real. A lot of things are not real. A lot of things, an agenda is being pushed. Teaching your children about spirituality at a young age. Because if we knew all that we know now, when we were in high school, a lot of us would have made better decisions. And we all know that's true. Okay. Anything else, Holy Spirit? Okay, ego is here, and then we have this new beginning, a windfall of abundance, wise counsel, good fortune, exciting career opportunities. You are falling into your reaping season, having those victories. It says wise choices that bring public recognition and success, promotions, awards, or scholarships. So this is, and look, the world is behind there. I'm telling you, just putting out some good energy it'll always come back to you in many different forms. But I just feel like this is about your life transforming, because you've done the work, and you're also sharing your story. Okay, but not being afraid, or worried about what other people think anymore, and getting rid of that energy out of your, getting all that out of your energy. The uncertainty, the doubt, and all that kind of stuff. You don't have to worry about that if you're not around that person. So sometimes it does, call for us to make hard decisions. But at the same time, for Libras, if we have to cut somebody off, a lot of times we gain. We know we need to cut them off. Once we cut them off, we usually just be done. So, all right, y'all, I'm going to just leave it there. I don't want to be too preachy today. But I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye, y'all.